We're back at Charles City, Dirt Riders. It is really windy, so if you guys can't hear what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. It's windy, I can't do anything about the wind. The trails look really good. So what we're gonna do, probably do a couple full complete laps. We're gonna do motocross track, go in the woods, down through here, jump over, hit flat track over there, go through the woods section right there, and then the woods section at the very beginning, and then backtrack and hit them in reverse, come back down through here, jump out of the woods right over there where the little car is. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then in this field, this big section right here, is a new flat turn track. It's pretty extensive. Last time we were out here it was really muddy, and today it's dry, which is really cool. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll get off of that, come do a little section of the motocross track, jump off the motocross track right here, come up, down through all of the trails in here, which go all over the place. It's a couple miles in here, I think. It's at least a mile or two, probably. And then come out in front of the truck, and then we'll come out right there where the skid steer is, jump back on the motocross track, do that, and that should be a complete lap. So the focus today is flat turns and wide open stuff, because we have sprint cross and cross country racing that we're going to be doing coming up in the SXCS. So even though there's still going to be a lot of woods racing involved, we got to get better at doing the wide open fast stuff. I'm not comfortable with doing it. I'm not comfortable with flat turns or anything like that. I slide into them, you know, and I got to be more fluent coming in and out of them. So that's what we're going to work on today. So this is going to be another two-part video. That's just way too much stuff to put in here. I wanted you guys to see all of our awesome ride out here at Charles City. So what I'm doing is I'm splitting it up. This is about 17-18 minutes worth of the trail ride, of the flat track, the trail ride's back, and a little bit of motocross track. And then once we get off of that, part two will be the wood section, the flat track, and more of the motocross track. But you guys have seen the motocross track already, and I don't want to bore you guys to death with all of that stuff. So we're just going to put the really cool the trail stuff in here. Like I said, it's practice for Harescrambles for the 2020 season, and since this coming up Harescramble round 2 SXCS got postponed an additional week, then we really need to get out here and just practice. We need to go through these trails. We need to do them forward, backwards, upside down, and sideways, just so we can get familiar, more comfortable, and try and get a lot more speed going. Really focus on the parts that we struggle with. So I've gone through this footage that I've recorded. I have about 6 hours of us being out here, and one thing I've noticed is I'm riding okay, but I'm not pushing myself like I am in a race setting. I don't have that feeling like somebody's behind me, somebody's catching up, or I have to catch somebody in front of me and I have to pass them. There's really not a big presence of drive and commitment and dedication to really just go as fast as you can. So somehow I've got to be able to channel that and figure out how I can implement that in just these fun rides. And I don't think it would be a downfall. I think it would actually help out. Even though, I mean, we're out here having a good time and having fun, but I still want to, you know, work on everything that I need to work on and hit a lot of key points that I know are downfalls for me, especially in a race setting.
You learn better techniques if you stand and grip the seat and you're like over the bars all the time. You'll learn how much easier it is.
Oh yeah.
And you get better clutch and brake control.
Well, you can shift your weight a lot easier too, you know? I really enjoy riding with all different kinds of people, different skill levels and everything, because there's always something to learn. You're never going to know everything about this stuff. All you can do is work on your technique and take constructive criticism and really kind of put it to use. And I absolutely enjoy coming out here, riding with new people, riding with people that are faster and slower, coming off of motocross or coming into motocross or coming off of trail racing or just getting into it. I mean, all of the different skill sets, everybody's got something else to bring into the table. I think it's extremely important to pay attention to how they ride and their viewpoint on what they're doing on the trails, and especially on a motocross track and these flat turns, these turn tracks and everything, because you can only benefit from all of that. So if you keep an open mind, I feel like you're only gonna get better. I've tried a bunch of different techniques on my own without asking anybody's opinion or how they do this on these flat turn tracks, about seat positioning, where you're actually sitting on the seat, how you're leaning on the bike, where you're positioning on the foot pegs, pressure on the foot pegs and all that stuff. And Derek actually helped me out a lot with talking about this kind of stuff, and the stuff that he was explaining to me was actually extremely helpful. I tried to implement it as much as I could on these flat turns, and it seemed like I was going through them and flowing a little easier. It's a learning curve. I'm going to have to work on it obviously a lot, but I'm not overshooting these turns anymore like I was previously. Given the information that he had and how he actually comes in and out of these things, it seems to work pretty well. Coming off of the mindset of flowing transition in between where you need to brake and where you need to just kind of let the bike do its thing in and out of corners on a flat turn track compared to what we're doing now. And it's going right back to what I'm used to doing, which is locking the rear up and dumping the clutch out of these corners, because we're in a single track trail now. So trying to implement the two different disciplines is difficult, but it's really exciting because I can notice I'm making some kind of progress and I'm getting a little quicker and a little more fluid coming in and out of turns compared to the two different settings that we're racing in, or we're riding in now. And the whole point of doing all of this stuff and trying to learn all of this is so we can get a lot faster in the races and get a lot more fluid, not make as many mistakes, and not question if we're doing the right thing or not. It just kind of comes natural. So overall, coming out here, practicing for a Harescramble or the next race or the next 10 races, it's still extremely enjoyable. It's still like a getaway, and it's kind of like therapy. And really, I think whether you're out riding your bike, just having a good time with your buddies, or you're learning something, or you're not learning something, overall, I think the best thing is if you keep trying to push the limits, you keep trying to figure out the stuff that you're intimidated with, and you try and do it. And if you keep that kind of mindset, which is kind of the way I think about all this stuff, every time I get on this bike and I go out, doesn't matter who it's with, I want to try and do something that I've never done before, or that I'm a little hesitant with, or that I'm intimidated by, because you're always going to learn something, whether you crash or not, or whether you get better or not. You're going to know your limitations, you're going to know where you can and cannot push, and to me, I think you need to push past all of that stuff. So the best thing is every time we come out here, we're learning something new. It doesn't matter if we're riding the same trails and track 100,000 times for the next 10 years. I'm always going to do something new and learn something new. If you guys ever find yourself out near my way in Virginia, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, message me, Facebook, whatever. I'll come out and we can ride together and have a good time. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm 10 West Moto, and I'll see you on the starting line.
I'm standing up all the way until the rut, and then as soon as I enter the rut, I jam myself on the front of the seat.